Alright, fuck it. Let's go into the battle.
Let's begin with a basic if you can.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
Really?
But Kyoko's standing right there.
I forgot how dumb Hiro could be.
No, that's a ghost!
Oh my god, okay.
But she has legs and stuff.
That's what... Alright.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
Ghost techno... What?
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
For once, I agree with Byakuya.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Her traits?
One important trait Kyoko has that proves her body doesn't belong to her. Her gloves.
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery.
This is a thing? I have to prove that the person that's alive isn't dead? Who's standing here? You've got to be kidding me.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
I'm not drunk enough for this.
And would you happen to know the answer?
I do.
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
Oh, no shit, Hina. Do you think that Kyoko may be a
They
ghost?
probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
Holy fuck. I wish I was as dumb as him. There's no way that the corpse was Kyoko. Yeah, you think? No fucking shit. But if I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward? I was not expecting this to be what happens. Okay, great. I've got to make an argument about this. Fake nails, tattoo on the right hand. Okay. I don't know what this is going to
Kyoko
be.
there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
What the hell do I pick?
Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
I guess exploded body analysis?
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
It's gotta be this,
They
right?
got burnt up in the
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
I missed
This
it.
entire discussion is idiotic.
I hit the wrong button.
That Kyoko. Okay, then prove
The dead body was.
they got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well,
Yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Oh, it's not that? What's wrong? Did I say something weird?
Shoot.
Yes, you did. What? How was that not a contradiction? We analyzed the
Kyoko
body. There was
there
no
is just a
explosion near
ghost.
her hand.
Impossible.
okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a
Oh,
ghost.
I think I get it.
The dead body
wasn't wearing gloves.
Oops. No, I wanted to absorb it. I didn't want to shoot it.
Shoot.
God damn it.
That Kyoko that.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body
Wasn't wearing gloves.
There we go.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
What?
Shoot.
What is this game? Like, literally everything I said is an exact contradiction to what he
Kyoko
was
there
saying.
is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's
Alright,
not
let's
a
try
The
this.
dead body was.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well,
Yeah,
she must have been wearing gloves.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Because that corpse is absolute.
This entire discussion
Dude, this
is
game
idiotic.
sucks. This is ridiculous.
That Kyoko. Okay,
Every single
prove
thing
the
I
dead
have
body
said is
wasn't
a
wearing-
contradiction.
They got burnt up.
Then she was wearing.
Well,
yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
No!
Because that corpse
No!
is absolutely
That was a hit.
Kyoko.
There was
This entire
that was
discussion is
100% a hit.
idiotic.
There is no way that was not a hit. Are you kidding me? This game fucked
Okay,
me.
then prove the dead body.
They got burnt up.
Then she was wearing.
Well, yeah, she must have.
How are fake? Oh, fake nails. It's impossible to wear gloves. I never thought about that. As one who doesn't wear fake nails.
No, there's no way the
I
corpse
see.
was wearing
So even though
gloves.
everything was a contradiction, technically, fake nails
Whoever
was the
it
only
was,
answer.
they were wearing fake nails, remember?
Oh, I take back what I was
I
saying.
imagine trying
Probably
to wear
shouldn't have had
gloves
this
over
much
nails
beer.
like... Besides,
Oops, sorry.
Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails. Don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
I still can't believe this is something I have to do.
Okay,
And
so
of course I chose when I'm
who's the
drinking
real
to do it.
victim? First, we need to figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Everything starts from there. So the victim is Mukuro Ikasaba. Oh, so same choices. Okay. Probably gonna be tattoo on the right
Kyoko
hand.
really is still alive. Then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the...
Yes!
No, that's wrong.
I am smart once again.
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real? If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
Oh, are you the mastermind?
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog?
No, a wolf.
Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Oh, Toko. Sometimes I love you, but most of the times I wished you were erased from the game.
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
It's not really that humiliating to get a tattoo that says you're my bitch. I think I'd get that on my ass somewhere.
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
That too. That too.
Oh,
You're right,
really?
Byakuya. If you compare the tattoo to other information we have, the victim's identity should become clear. Fuck, what the hell choices do I have here? I think it's gotta be Mukuro's. This, right? Yeah?
I got it.
Yes! Okay, good.
Fenrir Mercenary
Knowing my
Corps.
luck, I might have
That's
chose
the
something
name
that
of the
could be a
military
point, but
group
it's not the right
Mukuro
one.
Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Mine would be on my taint.
Fenrir?
It'd be the hardest to see. And anytime I had to verify my identity, I have to show somebody my taint. It's a win-win situation, baby. Oh, Hangman's Gambit. What was the question? Oh, yo, no. Work? Oh? Oh? Whoa. No? Whoa. Nope, it's not that. Oh, nope. Oh, wolf. I didn't see the L before, or the F. Well, let's come in now. Can you... There it is. There we go. I was
Now
just
I
trying to, like,
understand.
sound it out. I'm like, all of this is vowels. Is my character just trying to go,
The
whoa?
representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Damn it. I thought I was trying to spell out something that made his
Fenrir,
mind
the
blown,
wolf
and
of
here I am
Ragnarok.
just being a
It's
fucking
from
idiot.
Norse mythology.
Oh, really?
Huge world-ending wolf beast.
Oh my god. Actually, I wouldn't have known that. Well, no, I did know that beforehand, but I was gonna say that was reinforced with Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
True. Wow. Okay. So that actually, wow. I like their portrayal of the both of them then in Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. And that means
She must have been 18 to get it.
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf,
Yeah,
which means
that's
that
what we were getting
person
at.
must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a clue-ass trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description.
That's true. She came out as the ultimate, what was it? Ultimate soldier.
All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier.
There's my verification. That proves my memory is okay. Not the greatest,
If
but
I
at least it's
remember
all right.
correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
And who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time, and when she finally turns up, she gets killed. Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
Huh. Yeah.
So
That's a
you're
good point.
saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost.
Oh.
Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Okay, before I go any further, I have a theory, and I think it's good. My theory, just based on everything I've seen so far, I think the theory is, in my brain, Junko wasn't really Junko. The nails and the boots, they look so familiar. They look like Junko's, and her hair was like that weird, like, blonde, purpley mix. I think Junko is... Or I think Mukuro is who we thought Junko was. And I originally thought Hiro was the mastermind, but now I think it's Junko who's the actual mastermind. Right? That makes sense, right? That makes sense, right? Okay.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will
I think I
have
could
to
just
wait.
be drunk, but
But remember this.
that's what I'm leaning towards.
No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
I think I'm right. I think that makes sense, because then didn't Junko say something about how Photoshop made her look different than her photos? Because wasn't it Makoto who said she looked different than what she looked like on the cover of those photos? I think I'm right. I think I'm right. I think I'm good. I think I've got this. I think I got it solved. Okay.
Wait, no.
Okay.
There's a chance that there's some
I don't know what the mystery
17th
is,
person
though.
who's been hiding all along.
I still think it could be an apocalyptic event, but it still makes no sense as to why. Maybe this is purgatory? I don't know. That's the part I still need to figure out, but I think Mukuro and Junko are in on it together. I just need to find the connection as to why. Why did Mukuro and Junko work together? But I do think Junko is the mastermind. The real one. Because I think Mukuro Ikusaba was what we thought was Junko.
Nope! There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Oh, I think this solidifies it, because I don't think anybody who's left actually has killed anybody.
Did it?
Other than her.
Who's the killer
But, you know,
this
she needs
time?
to sneeze a couple times in order for it to actually stick, you know?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Well, wait. Doesn't the evidence point to me? Based on what we know, there can only be two suspects. Makoto and Kyoko.
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Oh.
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain.
Oh no.
Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
So, unless Kyoko went out of her way to kill this new person, just to, like, you know, set some sort of precedence, I think it... Because it did say something about wounds from a couple days ago. And what happened a couple days ago? Fucking... What's his name? Monokuma killed Junko. Right? It's gotta be, right? Okay.
That's right. The four of us were there
I just
trying to
gotta
dismantle Monokuma.
figure this shit out.
The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis...
Are me and Kyoko.
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
Exactly so.
So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn it, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at...
But it happened after 7:30.
Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body?
Well then, also based on what I'm thinking, this technically wasn't the murder. It was just the display of the body.
What time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
So what time was the body discovered? Would have been 9
I
o'clock.
got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Now then, Toko, what time is it?
Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now.
Okay, go get the pickaxe and be back here by 9:01.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
But 7:30 a.m. is key, right? Because of the sprinklers. The murder happened between 10 and 9, and I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7:30. Hey, Silent, how's it going, my dude? Okay, then it looks like the game has begun. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. Complicated, but okay. I respect it. I'm also going to turn this game down because it's still super loud somehow. There we go. Okay, sprinklers. That's got to be it.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Uh-oh. I only really got one chance at
Makoto
this.
doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Oh, damn it.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any
Oh,
objections,
it's
now
okay.
would be
I know which one it is. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
We've established
Speed
a
it up,
time.
speed
It
that
took
shit
place
up,
somewhere
baby.
between 10 and 9 o'clock.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Is that not the answer?
Shoot!
I've just been rewatching Clone Wars and Rick and Morty. Nice, dude. Nice. Good
We've
choices.
established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough
7:30 that I
time to
need?
commit murder, I should think. So
Oh, wait.
Makoto, if
Exploded
you
body
have any
analysis.
objections,
That's got
Now would be the time.
Oh, I've only got like one more try at this.
We've
I
established a
gotta
time.
reset.
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night
Ah, damn it.
And 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi.
Yeah, from 10 to 7:30.
No, it's not that one either. Fuck.
Shoot!
What is it supposed to be? If
We've
it's not the
established a time
analysis
frame
and
for the murder.
sprinklers,
It took place
Not
somewhere
the right
between
hand
10 o'clock
tattoo.
at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock
none of these work.
to 7:30.
Maybe
That's
that's
more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have
Any objections, now would be the time.
It's either this or vice versa.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9
Excuse me?
o'clock in the morning.
Excuse me?
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have.
Yeah, from 10 to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit.
What
So
the hell
Makoto,
just
if
happened?
you have any objections, now would. We've established a time.
It took place somewhere between
Between 10 o'clock at night
No, okay, so it's the reverse. Shit.
Shoot!
Wait, no, that still doesn't work.
We've established a
How did
time
none of
frame
these
for
work?
the murder.
It took place
Somewhere between 10 o'clock
and 9 o'clock in.
Yep,
Fuck. Alright, I'm gonna have to retry this. What's it supposed to be? That makes no sense. None of this really contradicts anything. All they did was give me a time frame, and apparently Sprinklers tells me it's not a time? I don't know. Sprinklers should be a contradiction to 9 o'clock. Because then I would say the sprinklers were set for 9 or 7:30, so the murder would have had to have happened between 7:30 and 9:30. I don't get what's happening here. Or 7:30 and 9. I don't understand. What's
is
the
this really
contradiction?
the end
Was I
for all?
wrong? That makes no sense. I shouldn't have been
I
wrong.
refuse to give up yet.
Yeah, no, this confuses me too, Silent. I'm quite confused. Hey, Anthony, how's it going, my dude? I'm baffled by what's happening right here. I'm gonna try one thing just to be sure, because nothing else makes sense. Because I used exploded body analysis and the fragments near the dead body and sprinklers, and nothing satisfied it.
We've
So,
established a time frame for the murder.
should I just...
It took
Should I try to absorb the... Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, I didn't hold the button long enough!
Shoot!
God damn it. At least this game is extremely forgiving. Even though I'm on the hardest
It took
difficulty.
place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night.
Alright, let's see if this contradicts the
And
other
9
one for
o'clock
some
in the
reason.
go.
I don't know why it would, but fuck.
Yeah, up to 7:30.
Oh yeah, no shit, that doesn't solve solve it. So,
We've established a time
what if
frame
I'm
for the
focusing
murder.
on the wrong
It
one?
took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Oh,
Makoto doesn't
maybe
have
this
an
might
alibi.
work.
Yeah, up to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit, so Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
I don't know what piece of evidence is actually supposed
We've
to
established
solve
a time
this.
frame for the murder.
It took
Place somewhere between 10 o'clock at
Nope,
night.
it's not that either.
Shoot!
Unless I'm supposed to counteract that one with the sprinklers?
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock.
That's the contradiction? You've got to be kidding me. That doesn't make any fucking sense. The other one made more sense because she at
the
least
murder
said
couldn't have
7:30,
happened
and then I would be
anywhere
like,
near
no,
10
it couldn't have
o'clock.
been
It had
7:30
to have taken
because
place
it would have
way
happened
later.
after the sprinklers. Okay, sorry. I just gotta say that's frustrating because the way that would be argued in the real world isn't gonna be somebody says, oh well, the murder would have had to have happened between 10 o'clock, and then somebody be like, no, sprinklers happen at 7:30. You don't know what he's about to say next. But like the other one said 7:30. It's like no, because 7:30. If that was the case, then they would have been wet. It would have had to have happened afterward. I don't know. I'm baffled by the way that they did this one. This one pissed me off. That one makes no
what
sense.
makes you
but whatever.
say
Fuck
that?
it. Who cares? Nothing much. Chilling, just you. Oh, you know what it is. You know how it be. I'm just having some beer, having a good time, playing some Danganronpa. Hopefully, we're gonna
Because of
try
the
to finish off a bit
sprinklers
of
in
this
the
game
garden.
before I go to bed tonight.
The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Yeah, but that was the same logic that I was using for the other option. This made no sense. All right, fuck it, whatever. This is why I'm not a
remember this
lawyer.
part
I'm a Twitch
perfectly.
streamer, not a lawyer. For these reasons,
The
specifically.
body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Yeah, but that was because it exploded and I poured water on it.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How?
I
Are you
poured water
saying
on it.
only the mouth down south was wet?
Out
How
down
dare
south.
you spew such indecent words?
I mean, you know, Makoto would be like, he'd be happy with that response. I'd be happy if somebody died because their mouth down south was too wet. I'd just be like, damn, I'm that
saying
sexy.
that the body was wet, but not
Fuck.
because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Is she known as the sprinkler in her free time? Like, are you okay, Toko? Do you need help? If I played this game, I would just spam skip all the text. Yeah, but that's what takes away from this. Reading it and listening to it is what makes the story actually interesting. If you just skip through everything, you might as well just play Frozen's Nightly Adventure. Or whatever the fuck bullshit that
totally
Frozen would
wacko.
try to sell their shit to. Yeah, she is kind of fucking
really
crazy.
think it wasn't the sprinkler? You'd better tell us why!
I need to prove that it wasn't the sprinkler that got the body wet. Well, isn't it because me personally threw a bucket of water on it? All I have to do is hit Toko with certain evidence. That should do it. Well, is it going to say thrown bucket of water, or is it going to be something super strange? Oh no, oh no, okay.
I admit
Not one of these
nothing.
situations.
No, no, no! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No, no, no! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I'm right about this. I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me?
Jesus.
I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me?
That was the best I've ever done on
How
this.
can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
Oh shit. Fire! No! Oh, come on.
I admit nothing. I'm right about this. I admit nothing. No!
Yeah, that's
How
right.
can you say it was?
This should prove it.
Yeah, okay. Good. At least I was on the right one. Yeah, that was pretty intense. That was the best I think I've ever done on one of these tempo games where I can't
Just
see.
remember what the body was like after the explosion.
I just
and
didn't
you'll
know which
see
one
why
to pick
it
of the
wasn't
three because it didn't
sprinklers.
give me very much time. And I'm drunk and I'm stupid.
The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry.
Ha! Take that, Toko. You thought the mouth down south was wet, but it was a Sahara desert in between her legs. I checked twice.
If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
Excuse me? I'm the what?
I'm so sick of her.
Yeah, can we just like write her out for this game?
Let's just move on.
Seems like
The
a
reason
general
only
statement
the top
involving
half
her.
was wet was because
I threw water on her.
while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
No shit,
So if
Sherlock.
the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
Thank you, hero.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko's the only one without an alibi, which would mean that Mukuro's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone.
I'd just like to say one thing.
Oh?
If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever.
Interesting
why-
play.
I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone.
I believe her.
This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
I still believe her.
A trap?
We're this far into the game, and now you decide to blame me?
Well, no, haven't we blamed this little crazy bear for every single death up till now?
Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
What little trick? We're calling you out.
Shut up, you!
Damn it, that's the first time Byakuya was an annoying cunt. Good
You
for
got
you,
it,
bud.
boss! Shutting up now!
Oh, and he obeyed.
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did
Huh?
have a reason to kill her.
What the hell just happened? Did Byakuya, like, piss in his room or something? Why did he all of a sudden let Byakuya show dominance?
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything.
Yeah.
So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But
Sure.
you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
Is it? I don't think so. I actually think this was done by Monokuma.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Oh, we're playing he said, she said? Oh, I get
The
it.
sprinklers didn't get the body wet.
I have to take
but
the
that
fall.
doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you?
Because of what she said. If she dies, the mystery
Because
dies
you
there.
see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
Am I gonna have to prove this?
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
Are they gonna make me solve this so that I become the suspect number? A certain something at the scene was so they want me to prove that I could be the murderer? I mean, that's a little strange even for this game. It's got to be the tarp.
I got it!
Ha! This is what
You're
proves that it
talking
could be
about
me.
the tarp, aren't you?
All
You
right.
catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that.
Can it?
Only
okay.
one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water.
But why is the water so dirty?
The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean.
But why would it if there was blood on it?
This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Monokuma sounds like a massive douchebag like Darkside Phil. No, Monokuma's more likable than Darkside Phil.
Most
Don't
likely
insult
so they could
Monokuma like
cloud
that,
the issue
Anthony.
of
It's
when
not
the murder
appealing.
actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse
Monokuma's
exactly
a
like
cute
the
little
one
bear,
Makoto
whereas
just gave us.
Darkside Phil's an ugly little troll. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us. Huh. I'm trying to figure out what this game wants me to do, because it's starting to make me think like it wants me to push blame on Kyoko, but Kyoko's a detective. I don't think she'd be doing this unless she had a plan. Because she doesn't seem like the type that would kill me, because I'm her #1 wife boy. Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp. It was used the way Kyoko said. The tarp must have touched the body, right? The problem is the blood, but the body.
Wait, something's not right.
And what might that be?
Can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's going to think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said. So not only did I prove what she said, now I'm trying to argue against it. Man, the motivations in this are very strange. When the body was found, it's either got to be exploded body analysis or
By
when the body
covering
was
the
found.
body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water.
Nope, it's not that answer. Fuck! I might have been preemptive, but I think I'm right with the evidence that it's supposed to contradict. But that should have still contradicted it, if I'm
By
going to be real
covering the
about
body
that.
with the tarp,
No lie,
the
the
killer
game has an
prevented
interesting
it from
story,
getting wet.
like solving crimes. That's
So
why I
the
like
reason
it
the
so
tarp
much.
was only dirty
And like
on
the
one
interesting thing about
side
this game is like
because the sprinkler
it actually
got
does
that
make you
side
think.
wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless.
And that's why I don't
right?
skip over the details. There are some visual
that side
novels
was
that are just like,
protected from the
ugh,
water.
so boring and bland.
Since it was
This is
facing
actually
down
quite
toward
interesting.
the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Oh, please. Oh, I was wrong again? Okay, so it's not that. I still think that's technically a contradiction.
by covering
What
the
do I have?
body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
I guess this?
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp,
Oh, it wouldn't be exploded
it
body
was totally
analysis.
spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Well, it's not that either. That doesn't make sense. Something about this doesn't make sense. What is my options? Oh, I'm gonna lose.
By covering the body with the tarp,
A body before the explosion.
prevented it from getting
Motherfucker, I'm an
wet.
idiot.
So the reason the tarp was only is because the sprinkler got
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless.
It's because that side was protected from since it was facing down to. Of course it didn't get dirty.
There we go. God damn it, I'm a moron. I didn't even read that one. What kind of blindness do I have where I actually ignore the actual evidence?
Actually, one side
God
being clean
fucking
is
damn
pretty
it.
strange if you think about it.
At least I got past this part, so
Because
the next part is where I'm
the
gonna
blood
get
wasn't
fucked.
dry before the body got blown up,
Yeah,
right?
I forgot about that, because then, yeah, that would make sense. Exploded body, or a body before the explosion, and then that would have had the chicken blood on it, whereas after it exploded, the blood was gone.
Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Yep.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, true.
Oh, wow. He actually learned something. Good for
More
him.
than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Ooh. Huh? The blood was camouflaged? Yeah, like it wasn't actually the murder. Like the attempted murder.
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
The chicken.
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office.
Nope, it's chicken.
That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time.
Yep.
The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
Where's chickens? Chicken? There we go.
I got it! Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
Makes sense.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
Well, in fairness, we don't know that they didn't eat it. All we know is that we drained it of its blood.
I wonder if the killer
And by
had
we,
to
I
get
mean
the
they.
blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Hey, Pankin, how's it going, my dude?
Perhaps, but
Kiddo.
even so, there's one thing
Make me
that
sound so
still
young.
doesn't make
I
sense.
appreciate it. How you doing, bud?
You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
You've been banned in a lot of channels recently? Why? I mean, it's kind of hard to get banned in my channel. As long as you avoid the N-word, I think we're pretty much good.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
No,
I
it was
think so.
reversed. The coat was backwards.
Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Oh, that too. I didn't notice that. But yeah, no, I thought the sleeve was just torn. I thought they just wore the coat
Then that
backwards.
settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
People are not agreeing with me that domestic violence is essential to have a healthy life. Well, dude, I'm gonna say I don't agree with you either, but I'm not gonna ban you for it. God, that was not at all what I was expecting you to
Here's what
say.
happened. The
That
murder
shit
took
gets you
place
banned in
before the
channels?
sprinklers
What
went
the
off.
fuck kind of pussies are you watching?
But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body. The coat they've already covered in blood.
What gets who banned? Well, apparently Pankin got banned from a bunch of channels for saying that domestic violence is essential to have a healthy life. And I'm like, I don't care, I disagree, but I'm not gonna ban you from my channel. Only the wimpiest little bitch fucks end up banning people for shit like that. I don't give a fuck. I'll just tell you I don't think you're right. Simple as that. No skin off my ass, and I have a huge ass. So I got plenty of skin to spare. But nah, I'm the type of guy who's gonna open up a fucking podcast. Well, hopefully next week or the week after, depending on how my planning goes. But the fucking podcast is being called, or the abbreviation is cunt. So do you think I really give a shit? Nah, you can tell me whatever you want. As long as you don't drop the N-bomb, I don't have to ban you. You should go to Forson's chat?
This
Yeah,
series
no kidding,
of
right?
cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it's
Better
certainly
than
becomes
dead
possible
air.
that the murder happened earlier.
That one's good too, but I can't pass up, can't understand normal thinking, just so that way I can use the word cunt on my merchandise.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't
Thank
have
you,
been
Chris
all
Pratt.
that
But
difficult.
that's what happened. Personally, I'm racist, sexist, etc., all of those kind of things. Yeah, you know what? That's fine. Alabama's an entire state based off those people. I don't give a shit. As long as you're not like that in my chat, I don't care who you are. Nope. Can't ban him now. He hasn't actually done anything super racist yet. So, nope. Just because he admits to being racist and sexist doesn't mean that he deserves to be banned immediately. Oh, well, thank you for the follow, Vizzy. Much appreciated, my dude. Remember, Chris Pratt, we don't ban people for trivial things. We wait until they drop the N-bomb before we decide to drop the ban hammer. We're not Wings of Redemption, we're not Darkside Phil, and we're not the little SJWs that run around just being like, oh, you hurt my feelings, I gotta ban you. I missed the good news, everyone.
They already
Well,
had the
in
code
fairness, I
ready,
also
so they
changed up
just
my
had to
sub
grab the tarp and pull the code over the
notification,
body.
which is a lot more cancerous than that one, so we'll see how that goes. Is N-word illegal in US? It's not illegal, but you'll definitely get killed. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, you can kind of go on a huge tangent
They'd
about
be
what
done
people
in
think
no
of that
time.
word. I'm not willing to go into it. I don't care. As long as you don't drop it, I'm good. Because then I don't have to ban you, because then Twitch won't ban me.
Tina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Yeah, that's right. I'm actually Canadian, so technically we don't have free speech, but we also are very accepting. As weird as that sounds. That's also true. This is a private streaming company, so as long as I've got big double D titties, and because of my diet choices I definitely do, I get to stream on here without anybody banning me.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
That's not.
I feel like I've missed a lot of really important things about this case that I've just been avoiding, just because I found this chat more interesting.
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
And see, Pankin, here's the thing. I can tell you're kind of upscaling what you are, like when it comes to being racist and sexist, etc. Because you've followed me now for 3 days. 3 days, I'm pretty sure, and you haven't given me anything that's made me go, yeah, you need to ban him. So, don't try to push that, because I am serious. If you drop that N-word in any variation, I will ban hammer you. But you just don't seem like the type. Sure, you might have strong opinions. I just don't agree with it. I don't see you being actually like that. Still remember when people made a meme of Wings like robbing a market store, then he was running? Hilarious. I've seen that, and that was pretty fucking good. I mean, just because you are allowed to say it legally doesn't mean you are allowed to say it without consequences. That's true. That's the whole thing about free speech, right? Even though you're technically allowed to say it without going to jail doesn't mean you don't get to avoid the consequences. Business is definitely business, Pankin. But you'll always be welcome here as long as you don't stir the pot too much. But keep in mind, my version of stirring the pot is not the same as probably 90% of Twitch users. Again, I'm the type of person who's going to open a podcast called Cunt. So, keep that in mind. And the suspicion falls back on me again. Yeah, actually, I'm kind of curious. Makoto, why is the suspicion back on me? I got distracted. I'm Eastern European. I don't fear consequences. Fair enough. I'm also from Eastern Europe. Well, no, Middle Europe. I'm from Germany, but I live in Canada. Stop being a Slavaboo. Damn it, Chris Pratt. It's nice having you around again, dude. But for Slavs, I kind of figured as much. It's nice to see you in the chat again, dude. I'm glad I started streaming a little bit later for certain games now. Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? Wait, is she under 18 and Makoto's over 18? I don't understand. Disguised dead body has been added to the truth bullet section of the handbook.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it?
I have no fucking
Hey,
clue.
why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Ooh, good odds.
See? Pretty good idea, right?
How's weather in Canada? How many months in a year are motorcyclists friendly? I don't understand that last part of the question. But the weather is not bad. It's been sunny the last couple days. It's supposed to be pouring rain tomorrow, though. But what do you mean by, in a year, are motorcyclists friendly? I don't understand that question. I would assume yes? We don't really have gangs in Canada. I mean, we have them in, like, the big cities, but they're also, like, compared to, like, Mexico gangs and, like, hardcore MS-13 and whatever. So I don't really know how to respond to that one. Second biggest country in the world, depends where you are asking. This is true. Landmass wise we are. I think physical size we're like top 20, but we're not even past 15.
No, not that. I just remembered
Like
something
from people?
super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
Are longer in Canada than Europe? It depends which part of Canada. Like winter for us only like I would say closer to the border where majority of Canadians live, winter only really lasts like 4 months, then it's done, then it's spring. We're basically just like Oregon.
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back.
I mean, I guess if you think about it, we do have the Hells Angels, and they're probably the closest thing we have to a badass gang. We don't see them very often, at least not here. They spend most of their time in, like, middle BC. But that being said, no, like, majority of the time in Canada, we don't deal with winter like we're living in igloos and shit like that. We just kind of deal with it the same way that most people in the northern parts of America deal with it.
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before.
Oh, actually, probably a really good way to relay it is our weather is the exact same as England's.
That's
It's
what
literally
I thought when
the
I first
exact
saw
same.
it. I just remembered.
And then if you go way too far north, it like branches into Russian territory for weather. Listen, more important, now that we have the knife, what are we gonna do with it? We can't let Toko keep it, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do. I don't want it anyway. So what to do? Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? Huh, me?
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
Make a save? Make a save? I don't know how to. I don't think I can on medium difficulty. I only get it at checkpoints. One thing I hate about Oregon is that it fucking rains too much. That's one thing that does happen quite a bit here as well. And honestly, I don't mind it. It makes it easy. F1. F1 is mute though on my keyboard. It's fine. We'll leave it.
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah.
One thing I hate about Oregon is Oregon.
Then why did
Thanks,
you
Chris
hide
Pratt.
that fact?
It's not that I hid it. It's just...
Oh. I mean, actually, I kind of like that. I couldn't be sure of what happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. The knife we
Suspiciosos.
found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Although, in fairness, 12,000% from Hero, when you add in conversion rates, is like 0.3% of anybody else's sureness levels, so it's kind of okay. Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. Before he does this, time to take a swig. What are my options? A lot. Shit. Okay.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it!
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
I think it's gotta be this one. I only have one shot I can use, then I gotta hit the reset button, but that's okay.
The knife we found lodged in the... It's the same one we gave to... It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. Just because I had that automatic...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
Wasn't that? You killed her, Chris? It was you? It was not me. Dad joke, here's one. I burned 2,000 calories today. I left my food in the oven for too long. Fuck, that one's good. I hate that. I hate that I like that one. Oh, why did that dad joke have to get me? God damn it. But what's the contradiction? That was technically a contradiction. When we found the body, we knew that it wasn't the kill. The kill wasn't done by the knife. So, but the thing is like, we were given the Monokuma file, and the Monokuma file said that it wasn't the knife. I don't know. Are you having Poppy on the podcast? Maybe if it gets big enough, sure.
Really I refuse to give up yet.
Yeah. Thank you, Makoto. At least you don't give up. What the hell are the options I have here? Unless I'm supposed to use one to contradict the other. Ooh, I haven't had to do that yet. Maybe that's what it is. Oh, it's the knife. It's the knife thing. Okay, I think I get it. I hope I got this right.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we...
Oh, wait, no. Oh.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
I don't want to use good game to
If he did have
Makoto.
that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Yes.
Well,
Getting stabbed is what killed her.
There it is.
right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto. The knife we found It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. Just because I had that automatically... Well,
Getting stabbed is what killed her.
Oh, I thought I could use this argument against her because it wasn't getting stabbed that killed her. What are my other options?
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
if he did have that seals it. Just because I had that automatically... Well...
Getting stabbed is what killed her.
It's not that.
Right?
Fuck. What one is it?
Shoot!
Yeah, I know you need to think about it, Makoto, because the way they've labeled these is not great.
In the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
Maybe? Oh, maybe it's
it
this
really
one again?
Isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. Just because I had that automatic... Well...
Getting stabbed is what killed her.
It's not that one.
Right?
That is also a contradiction. I don't understand why they say contradictions, but it's just like, oh, no. This isn't the right
The
contradiction.
knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
Alright.
It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. Just because I had that automatic... Well...
Getting stabbed is what killed her.
Nope.
Right?
The getting stabbed is what killed her is the thing that I'm trying to refute, but I don't know how I'm supposed to do that.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then...
Maybe
That
it's
seals
this.
it.
It's just such a
Just
weird
because I
labeling
had that
for it.
automatic... Well...
Getting stabbed is...
That's what it was? Are you kidding me? Why do they label it in such a weird way? It's got to be a poor translation, because that does not make me think,
Wait,
oh, this has
hold
got to
on.
be the counteraction
The
to that.
stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro.
Fuck. Come on,
That
I should have
be
played this
clear
game in
from the
Japanese.
description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her!
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it. right? In other words, the victim never wore that.
I've got to think about this
coat
game as if I'm
until
trying to solve a
after they were
murder in
dead.
front of like 4 10-year-olds.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was
I'm
put
gonna
on,
grab my weed. One
and
sec.
she was already dead at that point,
Controller. Microphone.
obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
Sure, but where's the other stab wound? The victim was stabbed twice in the same spot? No, there's no way. Because of the Monokuma file.
I got it! The Monokuma
Why wasn't
file
this
clearly
evidence the
states
entire
that there was
time? I could have
only one
refuted
stab
everything
wound.
with just this one thing.
Oh yeah, it sure did. I totally forgot about that.
You forget a lot of things, Hero.
And the knife.
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Yucky.
Well, if
It's
you're
hard
so
hits.
smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion!
100% Hero. You're 100%
I might be
right.
dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
Wait, what am I telling you? There's only one exception or explanation I can think of for the explosion?
I got it!
Hey, baby! Now
After
we
the
have pair of
explosion,
some nice
we found a
honker
tiny fragment
honker
of something
doker
on the
boinker
ground near the
bonkers.
body,
Oh
right?
yeah, she does. She's got some airbags that I wouldn't mind getting into a head-on collision to experience, if you know what I mean.
That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural, because of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect and the only one who would benefit from that
Oops, I might have skipped
is the
something.
only
Sorry.
other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Ah, she's taking
Hold
the
on a
strong
second,
silent.
Kyoko.
Oh, never mind.
What's the problem?
My simpness apparently kicked in.
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine, I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
I mean, that technically is true. We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. Huh. It's gotta be Monokuma.
Then
file.
shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh yeah. According to the Monokuma file, That's gotta be it! There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
It's not that one. I don't know what the contradiction is here. Maybe it's the countless wounds. I think I have to absorb something.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Oh,
Well,
yes. Okay, yeah. I see it. I see what I have to
That's gotta be it.
contradict.
There was evidence.
Contradict.
The victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Then shall we continue? The victim's
Fatal injury has
Yet to be determined, correct?
Really?
Shoot!
Analysis? I mean, yeah,
Then
but the
shall
thing
we
is, it's
continue
like,
the debate?
wasn't that
The
what I was
victim's
supposed to
fatal-
use to
The
counteract, or
explosion
contradict
And
it?
it wasn't
Wow, I'm too drunk.
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was
I don't
evidence.
think
And
that's
more
the hit
than
on the
that,
back of the
The
head.
victim had suffered
gotta be
countless
this.
wounds across her entire body.
But where do I use it?
Then shall we
continue the victim's fatal
Not
The
there.
explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Oh, okay, so maybe it's not this. Maybe it's the hit on the back of the head, and I have to work my way up to it?
Shoot!
I think that's what I gotta do. Because I still don't believe that that killed her. I'm
Then
pretty
shall
sure
we
this
continue
is
the debate? The
Junko's
victim's
corpse.
fatal injury has yet.
The explosion didn't kill
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't even.
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her
I
entire.
hope this is right. I've got one more
Then
try.
shall we continue? The victim's
fatal injury has yet.
There we go. Okay.
No, that's
So
wrong.
it is building up to it. It has to be. I still think this is Junko's corpse.
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
What makes you think this was a fresh corpse?
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head
Okay.
is what killed her.
Maybe I'm overthinking it.
What was the murder weapon? The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe.
Nope. It
How
was
is that
the
even
arrows
possible?
duct taped
If you hit
together.
someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
That
Well,
would make sense as
maybe
to
they
why
held
we
it the
found the
other way
arrows
and
with
hit her
duct
with
tape
the
underneath
handle.
it covered in blood.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
Kinky.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground, and spit on it.
Oh, God. First
I
time
feel
on
the same
OnlyFans?
way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Oh my God, hero.
Seriously?
Damn.
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We do?
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
Did you?
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
I hope so. They're separate. Yeah?
I got it!
Got it. Hell yeah.
Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something. And that's what killed her.
Okay, great. Thank you. 10 out of 10 on the
And
analysis.
that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird. Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right! I'm not backtalking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I don't blame Hina for doubting it because there's one more thing about that weapon. The duct tape, right? Yeah. Yeah? No? Yep, bloody duct tape. It has to be.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, 'cause in the Monokuma file, It said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thick.
Yeah, I got it. This time I didn't fuck it up. Fuck yeah, baby.
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably used this duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto?
The key in her bedroom.
What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to.
Wait, Byakuya could be the killer.
The death of us all. Remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
Maybe I'm wrong. Alright, let's go with the key.
I got it!
Boom, got it
The
right.
one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just, there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
Okay. This makes sense. She was protecting me. Does that mean she... Okay. This actually might be closer to proving my theory than I thought. She knew I was being attacked. And she came to my rescue. Could that be when... Which would mean that Kyoko... She killed somebody for me.
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
That's right, because he has her key.
I
just
should
said
know.
that. What? The actor should know better than anyone? What does that mean? Here we go. Here are my options. Could be could be Byakuya's account.
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer.
Oh.
You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
Actually, he'd hide everything.
There's
from you.
proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
Huh.
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker. and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly.
I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than
Byakuya,
Master would never hide something.
there's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
you stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my and then left the locker key in my own. But could I really have done that?
It's gotta be the last one. It's gotta be
words you
Byakuya's
just-
account, though.
Exactly.
None of
I'm
this
not
makes
the
sense.
killer. You should understand that more than
Byakuya,
Master would never hide something
Unless
there's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is
no,
that
there's
You
proof
stated
doesn't
a
get
theory
destroyed
earlier.
by
You said I
anything,
hid
really.
the evidence of my crime and then left the locker
Key in my own room. Correct?
No, it's not that one. Fuck. Why?
Shoot!
Maybe it's I have to steal that and use it to thwart somebody? I don't know.
those words you just spoke? What do you mean?
exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more.
Byakuya,
Master would never hide.
there's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of and then left
The locker key in my own room.
correct? But could I really have done that?
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than
Byakuya,
Master would never hide something.
there's proof
That you aren't the culprit.
Ah, yes!
that's wrong.
I'm so smart. I'm so smart. I'm the best at this game.
If I'm
No, I'm
right,
not. Far from it.
Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room
Why not?
Because
because she
Byakuya
had
has
given
her
her
key.
room key to Byakuya.
Yep. It's just such a weird way of trying to figure out the contradiction based on the wording that they gave
I
me.
see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room,
then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
it would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
Yep. Which is why this is gonna get blamed on me. No, that's not actually true. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us. An obvious lie. But this just isn't like her. To try and save herself with such a desperate lie. Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else? I think it's something else. Was there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever, which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us. They could have just replayed the entire thing where she voice acted it, but that's okay. The mastermind's trap. The mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko, but what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I... The mastermind's trap. Oh, this is getting weird. Alright. The victim was Mukuro, and Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie... I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. Fuck her? Oh, 100%. 100%. I totally would. She's waifu number 1 after all. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The mastermind's trap. I'm glad you're in on this too, Silent. If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Oh, god damn it, auto mod. Sorry, give me 1 sec. I forgot I have to reset this every day. I like the stupid bitch pankin. Give me 1 sec. I gotta fix that real quick. Twitch has implemented some new bullshit that makes it so that it's extra strict on, like, everything in people's chats unless they turn it off every day. It's super annoying. Let's see here. Where's this auto mod? Here we go. No filtering. No filtering. No filtering. No filtering. No filtering. Nothing. Do not fucking save, or do not fucking ever revert. And guess what? It'll revert every day. Ugh. Never turn on auto mod. It's fucking atrocious. It's so bad. It's so fucking bad. There we go. Alright, can somebody say something offensive in the chat that doesn't involve the N-word? We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. I like how that's what I have to say to my chat. Somebody say something stupidly offensive. Am I wrong? What do I do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie. Oh, okay, perfect. It worked, Pankin. Decide right here and now whether to expose Kyoko's lie. I think I'm supposed to let it go. I've made my decision. It sounds like I made the right decision. She's a slag. Pursue the lie. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here. Something that has to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned. I'm sorry, Pankin. I already clicked the button before I saw chat.
Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact?
I know the game turned me into a simp. I'm just gonna have to accept the fact that it did.
I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key
Oh, there was
in
an
her
Easter
room,
egg?
that
Ah,
it was
shit.
someone else.
Damn, sorry, Pankin. Sorry, everybody else who's watching. I didn't know better. I thought this game wanted me to be a simp since it came out in 2010.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you
If
guys
she
the entire
breathes,
time.
She's a thug. Yeah, I agree with you, dude.
I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
Oh, he's blaming me again. I had a feeling this was going to be the case. Never trust women. That's a fair thing to say, Pankin. I mean, at this point, I am almost willing to completely go with you on that one. It had to be Makoto,
I don't see any other option.
Oh,
Wait
damn
a
it.
second. You've got it all wrong.
Oh, damn it.
Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
So I think I made the right choice, but I definitely lost whatever Easter egg there was. Because I've never heard him say, okay, time's up.
Class trials all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up?
It's because
Oops,
you were
sorry.
late, so we had to push back the start time.
With a Coke dealer? Weirdly enough, Pankin, I can actually, completely relate to you on that one.
So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
Ooh, those aren't some good grades. My report card in real life was definitely better. But that's okay, I'll take a B. It could have been way worse.
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
Chihiro's gonna stop me from dying, isn't he? That's why we uploaded him to the internet. Alright, I see what you're gonna do, video game.
What's it gonna
I'm
be?
literally 2 steps ahead of you. Then you'll be left with PTSD on a triple dose of SNRIs for a few years. Yeah, I haven't gotten to the part where I need the SNRIs, but yes, no, you're right. You will be on fucking PTSD after that. That's like being a pimp in Amsterdam. Alright, so let's see if I win or if I lose. If I lose, I gotta do this all over again. If I win, I get to go to sleep. What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone. Good job.
Yep.
Yeah, I got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey!
It makes perfect sense. It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way.
Thrills,
It's time for your heart-pounding,
thrills.
positively thrilling punishment. Wait, what? Why do I... Gotta go have fun? Oh, thanks, dude. Have yourself a great rest of your night. Thanks for stopping by. Kyoko.
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Alright, okay. Where the fuck was he hiding that thing? How did nobody see this get set up? Oh, for me, it's 2:07 in the morning, so 2:07 a.m. Which I was hoping to go to bed a little earlier today, just because tomorrow I was going to play Warzone with everyone. Oh, he's teaching me sex ed because I'm about to get really fucked up. Here it comes, the ultimate penetration. Come on, Chihiro, here it comes. Yep, I was right. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Ugh, predictable. It made sense. All of it made sense. That's the worst part. Oh, that bear is very sweaty. I was not expecting that. I don't know why I'm still sitting in the seating position, but okay. I just fell 200 miles to my death. Regardless. Huh? What's this? What's going on? Hey, was that? Yeah, it had to be.
This
Alter ego. Alter ego? Was there some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell. I don't believe this. Do I like farming? Not at all. I hate the outside world. And I'm allergic to pretty much all types of grass except for the one that I smoke. It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words,
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us.
Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch and itch. The stupid virus has gone down, got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I don't get a special plant, but you are never gonna see him again.
Guess it's just me who likes plowing then. Unfortunately, Silent, it might be. As you can tell, since COVID hit, I'm a one-man bang kind of thing. As in, I'm alone and I will fuck my fist. Oh, I don't know why I said that. I'm too drunk and way too stoned to formulate many sentences. To waste... Hey, Salad, welcome to the shit show.
To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit in a way that's an even better special punishment. Pooh. But it's still not enough. It's still not satisfied. I'm still not satisfied. I'm gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world.
I never want to do that again. Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the matter of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time. Huh?
In other words...
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. What are you talking about?
So...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. Okay. Oh. Massive high school towers over all the other buildings in the bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Oh, it kicked me back to the beginning of the game. Hope's Peak Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable, a government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, I also added a new, sub notification for when you subscribe. If you can't subscribe and you want to still see it, it's in the Discord. I made it in general, but I think I'm pretty proud of it. Just throwing that out there. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are 2 things you need to attend this school. 1, you have to already be attending high school. 2, you have to be the very best at what you do. Yeah, I saw it in Discord, was sweet. Ah, good to know. Thank you, Salad. Not many people really mentioned anything, so I was like, is it good? Do I keep it? And I was like, fuck it, it's me we're talking about here. I'm definitely going to use it, and I'm definitely keeping it. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me. Your ultimate average student. Yeah. Oh, did it actually kick me to the beginning of the game again? What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? How many people are left? I think there's technically 6, because Mukuro's dead. So yeah, it should be me plus 5 other people. Yeah. Oh, there we go. He was just having a dream. Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then... Vizia? 6. Yeah, okay, yeah. 100%. And then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. I like how there's the little spaceship in the right side that you see at the very beginning of the game. Is there other little Easter eggs I just can't see? Kind of feel like I'm in the Star Wars trash pit. But I like that the rocket ship is there. I could tell because the... Oh, yeah, I already read that. What an awful smell. Ugh. It's like one of Wings of Redemption's farts. I was in a vast, dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there until I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. Which one? I remembered all too well what had happened. Oh, Chihiro. Right. Alter Ego saved me, and he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now. For myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of there. Okay. Looks like an airplane. Is that an airplane? It's an airplane. How did something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? Hey, welcome back, Chris Pratt. Alright, let's take a look at this upside down desk. This is what I fell in on, right? This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. Take a look at the rocket ship. That's a rocket and a tank. Oh, that is a tank. What the hell? Why is there a tank here? I better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. Rattle, it's locked. Rattle. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, I didn't budge. It's just because I'm technically a weak little boy, but I just thought I was a big, strong man because my mother always made me eat my greens. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I'm just going to take a nap. I decided to look around for some food. Ooh, the trash? Oh, come on. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless, too. Why don't you just take a nap? Next I search for some water. Just pee in your mouth. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Oh, Makoto, I'm sorry, but you're starting to look like you're dumber than Hero. Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. but that's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was... He just starts furiously masturbating. Go to sleep. I knew he was gonna go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. Is there going to be a sign that falls down the trash chute? However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. It was a cheeseburger from McDonald's. Crunch. Maybe it was a Crunchwrap Supreme from Taco Bell. What the? The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. It was... As I watched the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Okay. Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out towards whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
Oh, a giant piece of trash? Rude. That's true. She's not trailer trash. She's just my basic bitch. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. Well, I mean, you only had 6 friends left.
It smells
Oh, she's got... Oh,
awful.
And she's got cup of noodle. But which snack would you rather have? Her top head or her lower half? Kyoko.
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again. First, I have something for you. Please be a cheeseburger. Go ahead and eat. Yeah, it's the bread. It's at least 1/5 of a cheeseburger. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Thank you. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach. Whew, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me? To pay a debt. Or, no, to atone. Atone? During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. So even though you knew that I knew that you knew that I knew, you just didn't do anything? I abandoned you. Oh, don't say that. You didn't abandon me. Oh, dude, stop being a simp. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do it. The same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you everything. The reason I had to survive,
in other words,
is so that I can do what I came to the school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak? Yes, and that very important reason is the reason that I will tell you soon.
Indeed.
That's right, at least I did. Once. Oh god, that was not that far off from what I guessed. Once? Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. But then when I remembered, I forgot immediately, and then I remembered that I can't tell you until chapter 6. You forgot, but that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible. Amnesia? Then, is it really true you lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school? The first thing. You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point, my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that? Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
And it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind, which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big of a deal of it. It's just a possibility. How many hours are you into this game? I'm chapter 5 of 6. I think I'm about 20 hours in. Well, let's see. First 3 streams were about 6 hours, so that's 18. Last stream was about 3. So I'm about 23 hours in. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind's one of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you here... which is why I asked you to help me. But why? Why me? Because among everyone, you were the least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind. But so could neither of any of those idiots up top.
I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Oh, yeah. He was talking about that before. It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey.
Even now, I still trust you, you know. It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I've been subscribing to her OnlyFans as a tier 3 sub for the last 4 months. No, I'm kidding. I think that's just her personality. Okay, so do we just leave? I better talk to... Isn't that what I was just doing? You said you had a reason for doing all that, investigating on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability. What everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. Oh, big fucking surprise, Batman. The ultimate detective?
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy? There was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who?
So...
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. Oh, that's a twist. What?
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad. Is Hope's Peak's master? Headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster, no matter what the cost.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However...
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the headmaster, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked, the shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicions, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map.
Indeed.
And it's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, the room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However...
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So, what was it like? That part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. It sounds like it must have been important. And really ominous. I'd better talk to Kyoko. Okay, well then why do you keep stopping the conversation?
However...
Of course, once I got to the dorms, there were no cameras and no monitors. I can't believe you haven't lost your voice from playing this game. Dude, my entire life has been based on me talking. If I lost my voice from that, the last 10 years on YouTube mean nothing. Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. Alright. It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her, and I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her? Easy, Monokuma.
Anyway...
What can I say for sure? What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed.
Indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words...
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules. That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
Hey.
There's one thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. Wait. There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. Okay, I did read that right. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have become the victim?
Indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean during the night? I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway...
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away as I followed it. I saw the shadow go into your room.
Correct.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However...
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to whoever the masked assailant was. They ended up dead.
Correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the JoJo key wound up in my room. It all has to do with the work of the mastermind and an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate him. Jesus. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true, right? It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So, what does it all mean?
In other words...
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
Well, I guess it does have pair in the title, the ultimate DES pair. So it makes sense that there is two. If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy, and whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair. That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair, then they're, make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair, and that is our real enemy. Ooh, that was good. I'm actually very much looking forward to continuing this. Oh, this is gonna be good. 6 left. Ooh, yeah, baby.